All right, welcome back, everybody, to Madrid. And we've got a banger coming up now. Paul taking on Fonseca. If this was on a hard court, I think maybe it would feel a little more 50-50. But because it's on clay, I think it's advantage Fonseca big time. But let's get the preview, because these two guys have never played. And it's a very fun potential matchup. So, potentially fun matchup, I should say. So, winner of this match will take on either Opelka or Khachanov. They're playing right now. And it's a tiebreak first set. Who would have thought? Fonseca, he destroyed Mola in the first round. And got to this stage. Tommy Paul, though, hasn't played lately. I don't remember the last time Paul played. He hasn't played any European clay. So this is a great start. Great way to start European clay season by playing against one of the most exciting talents in the world on clay. Which is his favorite surface. All right, Fonseca, number 65 in the world. He's 18 years old, from Brazil. 6'1", right-handed. 9 wins, 5 losses on the year. He has a title this year that was in Buenos Aires on the clay. He has some wins as well. He played really well in Miami a couple of weeks ago. And Tommy Paul, world number 12. Trying to get back in the top 10. He's 27 years old, from the USA. 6'1", right-handed. 15 wins, 6 losses on the year. He has got no titles this year, but he has got 3 career titles. And his form has been a little bit all over the place this season. And like I said, never played before. First time meeting between these two. If you check the preview as well, Tommy Paul hasn't beaten a player in the top 50. But lucky for him, he's not playing against a guy in the top 50 today. So he doesn't need to worry about that stat, maybe. All right. How we doing, chat? Navarro Vekic is about to start. Yep. We'll wait for that as well. We'll watch that result. And then tomorrow. So tomorrow, Sabalenka Mertens the first match tomorrow, which is interesting. Then you got Zverev Fokina, Medvedev versus Juan Manuel Cerundolo, could be interesting. And then tomorrow night, Rybakina Svitolina and Korda versus Rude. So, yeah. We'll see what's going on. By the way, Tommy Paul rocking the moustache. If Tommy Paul wins Madrid, I'll shave my face like that. If Tommy Paul wins Madrid, I will rock a mustache until the French Open. All right. Last time I said that, it happened. So let's just relax. Who does the slower nighttime conditions help? I don't think it matters. I think it does. I don't think it matters. I don't think the conditions at night make a difference. I think it's the court surface that makes the difference. Poor Fonseca, if he has to play Opelka. It'd be kind of wild, though. Kind of fun. All right. Here we go. Muhammad Liani's the umpire, and that makes sense for this matchup because he is the sort of umpire that you would want in this kind of a match. He just has that. He seems like the right kind of guy to be this the umpire for this matchup. It could be a dramatic match, and we need a dramatic umpire. All right. By the way, Fonseca, every time we see him play, he just doesn't look 18. He doesn't look like he's an 18-year-old. He's built like a 25-year-old. He's built like he's standing next to Tommy Paul. He's not got the scrawny body of an 18-year-old like you would expect from all the young guys like the Alcaraz and Sinners of the world. He's built different. He's built like a tank. Exactly. He's built like a tank. At 18. So scary. Scary to think what he's going to look like in 3 years. Even Rafa was scrawny at 18. If you go watch Rafa 2005, Rafa was skinny. And then he bulked up in the next couple of years. If Fonseca bulks up, dude's going to look like a superhero. It's crazy, chat. It's going to look like Wolverine or some shit. They better hope he doesn't put muscle on. It's going to scare the crap out of everybody. Should grow himself a beard like Opelka. Ugh. All right. Here we go. We're going to find out more what Tommy Paul's got, because we're talking about Fonseca and we're praising Fonseca and we're giving him all the praise and we're giving him the win. But Tommy Paul's got something to play for here as well. If he beats Fonseca on clay, that's a big confidence boost. That's good for Paul. That's a huge boost against this wonder kid who was born and bred on the clay. If you can beat him, like, Tommy Paul's got to like his chances of going forward. So I know we're talking about Fonseca and we're excited about how, Fonseca could go on and do all these things. But if Tommy Paul can get the win here, that's a huge boost for him. Plus, Hashanov versus Opelka in the next round, he could possibly beat one of them. And then you get the Draper-Berrettini matchup with Paul potentially in the fourth round. So for Tommy Paul, this is huge. This is a huge opportunity to instantly get confidence on clay by just beating this one kid. Hashanov's about to win the first set, by the way. So this is an opportunity. Now, Paul's also the underdog, so there's no expectation that Paul's supposed to win. Maybe if you're betting and you think that numbers, the seeds matter or whatever, but when it comes to when it comes to who should win, I don't think the highest seed should win in this situation. Let's see if Berrettini plays the next match. Very subdued celebration. Yeah. Well, he's got a day off, so that's what they're there for. The days off are there for... If he was playing tomorrow, you'd say probably not, but he gets a day off, so you never know. You just never know. All right. Let's do the last couple of warm-ups, and then we will party. Looking forward to see Fonseca versus Alcaraz or Sinner in the future. Yeah. That will be fun. That will be fun. All right. Cool. Here we go. Paul's going to serve first, by the way. So we'll see if that makes a difference. I had pineapple pizza today in honor of Fonseca. Why? Why would you do that? You know the rules. Why would you say that out loud? Okay, here we go. Let's see what Tommy Paul can do. Because he has not played a clay court match yet in Europe. Chad, who you got winning this one? I'm going to go Fonseca in straights, but I think it'll be close. Close straight sets for Fonseca, I reckon. Fonseca, 3 sets. Tommy in 3, you reckon? Okay. Fonseca, but I think Paul will win. Okay. Fonseca 3. Fonseca in straights. Fonseca. Depends on Paul can make it physically. Okay. Anyways, backhand from Paul. Into the backhand Fonseca is Paul with a forehand to the forehand of Fonseca. Into the forehand of Paul is Fonseca. Into the forehand again of Paul. Fonseca back into the line's a winner. Hang on. Whoa. Oh, that's a first point. Hey, calm down. Hang on, wait. Love 15. Hang on, stop. Hang on. Love 15. Come on. Come on. He's not even warmed up yet. Are you just going to hit winners like that for a second? What are you doing? Holy crap. Anyways, love 15. Something tells me this could be like one of those Demon Orphan second match, like the Demon Orphan second match we saw. It has got potential. If it was on a hard court, I'd probably feel like it could be that match. But on a clay court, it's hard to see Tommy Paul going with Fonseca, just because Fonseca's experience on clay, or like his confidence on clay, is a lot higher, right? But I feel like this could be it could turn into a grind like Demon or Fonseca was. If Tommy plays like the best clay court match of his life, it could be one of those that it could be an epic between them. 30-15. Like, it does have a bit of that Demon or Fonseca vibe from Miami. It could turn out to be that. 30-0. But I'm still sticking with what I said, but I'm just saying it's got potential. 30-0. Chance for a break already for Fonseca, or a break point for Fonseca. As we get a serve. Ace out wide. Nice. Nice from Paul. It's 40-30. By the way, Azarenka in the Tommy Paul box, I think. Interesting. Sitting with some random kid. Anyways, 40-30, that's probably a player. Actually, no, you know who that was? That was Quinn. Sorry. That was Ethan Quinn. We watched him the other day. My bad. Sorry. Some random guy. No, that was Ethan Quinn. I forgot. Sorry. It just didn't click. We only watched him once. I've only watched him once, all right? I can't remember everybody in the first time. Come on now. Anyways, Paul holds, one love. But yeah, that's cool to see. Quinn watching, obviously, young American watching one of the current American bests. And then Vika in the house, which is interesting. I didn't know that. Is Vika coaching Quinn? What? I don't think Vika. I think if she's sitting there, I don't think she's probably just hanging out, just be friends with people. Maybe there's like trainers or coaches or something. Maybe Vika knows something. I don't know. Anyways, Fonseca serves a fault. Second serve. As a backhand return now from Paul to the backhand of Fonseca. Backhand from Paul. Goes long. 15 love. Maybe Vika's coaching Quinn. Or will coach him in the future, maybe. I don't know. 15 love. I could see Vika being a coach, though, right? Chad, could you see Azarenka being a coach in the future? I reckon she would. I could see her coaching. 100%. As that goes in net from Paul. 30 love. Well, Azarenka coaching yeah. Right? 30 love. She'd be an awesome coach, yeah. I could for sure she's for sure going to be a coach. Forehand winner from Fonseca, 40 love. $40 love. It's Fonseca with another great serve. All right, easy hold. 1-1. 1-1. Zverev's girlfriend is also older, so why not? What? Let's not take it there. All right. 1-all. Back to Paul. There's a bit of backhand now from Fonseca. Into the forehand of Paul in the stretch. Fonseca backhand. Into the slice of Paul as Fonseca. Forehand inside out winner.
This is going to be on tennis TV, bro.
Love 15. Fonzie just ripped that ball. Love 15. That's crazy. That was a chat. This guy just gets crazy shot. Even Paul's like, what was that? He's like, yeah, that was a good shot. This guy's crazy, chat. Serves a fault from Paul. Second serve. This guy's crazy. As we get a return now from Fonseca. There's another return winner.
This is going to be on tennis
not
TV.
fair. It's not fair. Love 30. He just ripping inside our forehand winners like he's not playing against the top 12 guy. Like, oh yeah, I'm playing who? Yeah, it's like he's playing against a quali. It's like, what are you doing? Put some respect on Tommy Paul's name. Love 30. Paul serves again. There's a fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Fonseca. Return. Goes long. 15-30. 15-30. Serve again from Paul. As the backhand goes in the backhand of Paul. Fonseca gets it. The forehand of Paul into the forehand of Fonseca. Paul down the line. Fonseca there with the backhand on the stretch. Paul forehand inside out. Goes long and it's 15-40. Fonseca with the break points to start this match. All right. 15-40. All right. Paul serves. Down the tee, but it's a let. Serve again. Break points for Fonseca. Serving to the backhand of Fonseca. Return goes to front of Paul. Fonseca with the forehand. Hits it out. 30-40. 30-40. As Paul with a good serve, he survives. Deuce. We get to deuce. Now we get to deuce. Serve again. There's a fault by Paul. Second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Paul. Forehand of Fonseca. Again, the forehand of Paul. As Fonseca forehand cross court is a winner. And it's advantage Fonseca. Advantage Fonseca. Advantage Fonseca. Already 4 dislikes. What are you talking about? We have 0 dislikes. Nobody dislikes this channel. What are you talking As a backhand return from Fonseca, Paul comes in with a smash and puts it away. Nice smash from Paul. Back to deuce. Tennis Talk has 0 haters. Stadium looks empty. Yeah, because it's nighttime. All right. Deuce. Serving to the front of Fonseca. Return goes back into Paul. Paul hits it wide. And it's advantage Fonseca to take the break. One person disliked. All right. Well, you're a jerk. Advantage Fonseca. As we just serve down the corner Fonseca, but returning the net, we're back to deuce. You know who you are. I don't because you're hiding behind your keyboard, but you're a jerk. You're a jerk. Boo you. Boo. 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 As we define it on line. Into the backhand of Fonseca. Backhand from Paul. Fonseca on the stretch. Paul on the attack. Hits a winner. Nice from Tommy Paul. Tommy Paul's so underrated. Advantage, Paul. Advantage, Paul. Oh, you undislike. Okay, I take it back. You're not a jerk. You're fine. Somebody they disliked and then they stopped. Then they went, oh shit, I meant to like. Thank you. You're not a jerk. You are a person, a nice person. Anyways, first there's a fault second serve. As a back and return out of the front of Paul. Fonseca slice. Into the front of Paul, who hits a winner. Good hold by Paul. 2-1. 2-1. Oh, now you re-disliked it. Okay. All right, jerk. All right, loser. Whatever. All right, loser. I take it back. You are a jerk. You're still here, aren't you? All right. People should study how Draper played Fonseca. It was on a hard court. It doesn't matter. I always leave a dislike. Mods, get rid of that guy. I'm over it. I'm over it. Bye-bye. Okay. Paul 2-1 first set. Good hold. He had to save a lot of break points. Fonseca's going to serve. He held very easily. Just tuned in. Is there something wrong with the like button or is it my phone? Probably. No, it should be fine. TP is so athletic? Yeah. For sure. All right. 2-1 Paul. As a return goes out by Paul, and it's 15 love. 15 love. As the return goes into the front of Fonseca. Paul with the front of the stretch. Fonseca in the net. 15 all. First point Fonseca's lost on serve. 15 all. As we're serving to the back end of Paul. Paul hits it out. 30-15. $30-15. Hashnell, by the way, won the first set against Opelka. And Navarro's up 4-2 against Vekic already. 3-15. As a default, second serve. As a return from Paul is out, 40-15. All right, 40-15. As we get a serve again from Fonseca. As the return goes in from Paul. Fonseca forehand down the middle. Paul guesses right, but hits it long, and it's 2-all. Camp at 6 in the morning. Fair play for getting up this early. You think I got up this early? You think I woke up to watch this? You think I woke up? You think I haven't been up all the whole time? Bro. Fair play to me waking up. I didn't sleep. I never went to bed. Anyways. I never slept. 2-2. As a forehand from Paul into the forehand of Fonseca. Fonseca hits it out. And it's 15-love. Love. Serve again. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Back in it from Paul to the forehand of Fonseca. Paul forehand on the stretch. Fonseca on the attack. Hits a forehand inside out winner. Chat. I said this the other day. Fonseca is Sinner and Alcaraz combined. He is Gotenks. 15-0. Like he's a literal Gotenks. Like, actually. Like, fusion dance. And that's who it is. That's who you get. He is. He is him. Holy shit. Anyways, 15-30. I'm glad Leon appreciate that joke. 15-30. So we get a serve. 15-30. Paul serves again. $15.30. Paul with a serve. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. The backhand of Fonseca. Backhand of Paul to the backhand of Fonseca. As Paul with the forehand again. The backhand of Fonseca. Into the forehand of Paul on the stretch. And he hits it wide. Paul was trying to go after Fonseca. Fonseca's like, you're not that powerful. And just put it down the line like it was nothing. 15-40. Alcaraz being Goten and Sinner being Trunks, I guess. No. Alcaraz is Trunks. Sinner's Goten, obviously. Obviously. There's no way that Alcaraz is not Trunks. 15-40. Serve to the backhand of Fonseca. Return goes long, though. 30-40. Who's Goku? Roger? I don't know. Yeah, Roger. And then Djokovic is Vegeta. Right? Or Cell. I don't know. A7T. And we get the deuce. Nadal is Goku. Okay, maybe Rafa. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. All right, deuce. There's a bit of serve and volley from Paul. The volley is beautiful. Advantage, Tommy Paul. To take the lead again. Paul's been great. Paul's been great saving these break points. All right, advantage Paul. As the return goes in, the forehand of Paul. Forehand from Fonseca with a slice. Paul with a volley in the net. Deuce. All right, we get the deuce. All right, serve again. There's a fault by Paul. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Fonseca. Great return. Paul gets it as Fonseca goes down the line. Now Paul with the backhand. Fonseca backhand down the line as Paul gets it with the forehand on the stretch. Fonseca backhand cross. Slice from Paul. Goes into the backhand of Fonseca. And Fonseca gets it out. And it's advantage Paul. Advantage Paul. Serve. There's a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Fonseca. Backhand from Paul to the forehand of Fonseca. Paul. Oh, Fonseca hit it long. All right, Paul holds. Last couple of games have been dicey, but he's held. 3-2. 3-2 Paul. All right. Paul stays in front. The power of the mustache. Magic mustache, chat. Magic mustache. All right. 3-2 Paul. 3-2 Tommy Paul. By the way, Fonseca has like pretty much every finger taped up like Rafa. All his fingers. Like only his pinky. Pinky is not covered with tape. He's just got tape all around his fingers. He's got blisters all over the place. If you use a rough washcloth, yours should come right off. Why don't you shut your mouth? How dare you? It took me months to grow. All right, 3-2. Paul with the lead. "23 minutes played. Winner plays somebody. Serve down the tee as a let. All the way. Also, Navarro is serving for the set against Vekic. All right, Fonseca serves. Into the forehand of Paul. Forehand of Fonseca to the backhand of Paul. Lob goes up. And then a bounce smash from Fonseca. 15 love. 15 love. Happy birthday, Michael. All right, 15 love. As the return goes in, the forehand of Fonseca. Backhand now from Paul. Into the forehand of Fonseca as Paul backhand to the forehand again of Fonseca. Into the backhand of Paul. Fonseca backhand in the net. 15 all. 15 all. Return goes in the net. Good serve from Fonseca. 30-15. As this return goes in from Paul, Fonseca in trouble. 30-all. 30-all. 30-all as Fonseca serves. Into the forehand of Paul. Fonseca forehand cross court winner. 40-30. 40-30. As we just serve from Fonseca as a fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Paul. Paul in the net. 3-3. Fonseca holds. All right. Fonseca holds. Three-all. As the return goes into the forehand of Fonseca. Down the line to the back end of Paul. And Paul hits it wide. Love 15. Love 15. If Novak is going to start losing to randoms, I'd rather he retire. Let's see at the French. Okay. Love 15. Serving the back end of Fonseca. Return goes out. But it's called a let. Serve again. It's an ace. 15-0. The serve into the forehand is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. And Fonseca, it's a ridiculous return.
This is going to be on tennis TV.
Ridiculous return. Okay. 15-30. Fonseca's had a lot of chances to break. 15-30. 9.2 return quality, shot quality. Crazy. 15-30. As Paul serving volleys, 30-all. 30-all. As we get a serve again from Paul. Down and see the back end of Fonseca return. Goes long, 40-30. 40-30. First serve is a fault, second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Paul. Paul hits it wide. And we get to deuce. Another tough game for Tommy Paul. All right, deuce. Serving to the forehand of Fonseca. Paul with the forehand to the forehand of Fonseca on the stretch. Paul forehand down the line. Now he comes in there with a volley, Paul, and it's too good. Advantage Paul. I tell you, Tommy Paul, this could have been an ugly set, but he has clutched so far. Advantage Paul, especially at the net. He has really done well at the net. As he serves, into the backhand of Fonseca, return goes to the forehand of Paul. Fonseca backhand, into the forehand of Paul. To the forehand of Fonseca, Paul with the back on the stretch. Fonseca forehand is long, and it's 4-3 Tommy Paul. I mean, this is, like, we already know what we're going to get from Fonseca. We watch him enough, and we know what he does. But Paul is like, Paul's holding his own. Even though he's under pressure every game, Paul is playing like, he's clutched. He is clutched. Love it. I love it for Tommy. I love it. Because Fonseca's throwing everything at him at the moment. All right. And I tell you, if Paul can just get to 5-4, maybe he can, take advantage of Fonseca's serve a little bit and try and steal the set. Because it would be a steal if Paul did win this set. Fonseca's been the better player. But Paul's just been better when he needs to be. All right. Yeah, Tommy it can be dangerous. Yeah, and he's holding his own for sure. Playing with no fans in the stands. Yeah, well, blame the tournament or something. I don't know. Paul only need to win an big ATP event. I think he can. I think he could win Canada or something like that for sure. All right. Back to Fonseca. He's been holding much easier than Tommy Paul. 4-3. As Fonseca serves. A fault. Second serve. Into the forehand of Paul. Return goes long. Big second serve. That's a big second serve. All right. Love 15. Also 15 love. Serving to the back of Paul. Volley from Fonseca's good, but Paul's there. And hits it wide. 30 love. Love. As we get a fault, second serve. As the return goes in from Paul to the forehand of Fonseca. Paul backhand. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Into the forehand of Paul. As Fonseca again to the forehand of Paul, who shanks it. Goes out. 40 love. As we just serve as a fault. Second serve. As the return goes in the back of Fonseca. Forehand from Paul. Into the back of Fonseca as Paul slice. Fonseca gets it, but it's in the net. 40-15. As Fonseca serves again. To the backhand of Paul. Backhand of Fonseca into the backhand of Paul. Fonseca backhand the net. 40-30. 40-30. Serve. Into the body is a fault. Second serve. There's a return from Paul with the backhand of Fonseca. Oh, Fonseca in the net. And Paul was down. It was a 40-love in this game. And now we get to deuce. All right, we get to deuce. As the backhand goes in, the backhand of Fonseca. Paul with a forehand again to the backhand of Fonseca. Into the slice of Paul in the stretch. Fonseca comes to net with a slice. Paul with a pass, but Fonseca volleys it away. Good rally advantage, Fonseca. Advantage Fonseca. To take the game and level this first set. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Double fault. All right, back to deuce. All right, we get to deuce. As Fonseca serves again. And the return goes out by Paul. Advantage Fonseca. Advantage Fonseca. As the return goes into the forehand of Fonseca. Backhand from Paul. Into the backhand of Fonseca. And Paul hits a backhand down the line, but it's long. 4-0. 4 games all. All right. Back to Paul, as Fonseca gets a good return. And it's love 15. As it is served from Paul. Into the back of Fonseca. Return goes to the front of Paul. It's a good shot. Fonseca gets there and puts up a lob. Bounce, smash from Paul's a winner. 15-0. 15-0. Serve again. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Return goes out. 30-15. 30-15. Serve again. As return goes in the net. 40-15. Paul to stay in front. 40-15. As with a forehand goes long by Fonseca. All right, Paul stays in front 5-4. Fonseca's going to serve to stay in the set. Cam, you seem tired? I am. I was looking at my phone. I wasn't asleep. I was looking down at my phone. Whenever I look like this, it's because I'm looking at my phone. It's not because I'm asleep. The day I fall asleep on this stream will be the day that I do a 24-hour or I do a subathon. Frizzle Fonseca has been the better player, but somehow he's down on the scoreboard. 100%. Paul has held on to this lead from the start. He's had to fight for every service game. But he holds on. That's all that matters. That is all that matters. I think Fokina beats Zverev tomorrow. Yeah. That could happen. We'll watch it. All right. Fonseca's going to serve to stay in the set. It'd be kind of crazy if Paul was to steal this set. That would be interesting. You have a sofa behind you. You really think I'm going to sleep on this? This thing is not comfortable to sleep on at all. All right. Let's see if Fonseca can hold serve and stay in this set. Or if Tommy Paul is going to steal it. All right. Paul with the lead. 5-4. Fonseca serving to stay in the set. He serves a fault. Second serve. Nope. Sorry, it went out by Paul. I lied. 15 love. 15 love. As he serves a fault this time. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Paul. Return is good to the backhand of Fonseca. Paul backhand. Into the slice of Fonseca. Paul forehand. Getting the backhand of Fonseca. Paul with the volley. Fonseca gets there with the pass. And it's too good. 30 love. This crowd are getting happy about this one. They love this. 30 love. 30 love. All right, serve again. Into the forehand of Paul. Fonseca backhand. Into the backhand of Paul is Fonseca backhand again. The backhand of Paul. Into the slice of Fonseca. Paul with the pass. Fonseca with a half volley in the net. 30-15. 30-15. As Fonseca serves again. (30-15). Serve. Into the forehand of Paul. Return goes short. Fonseca gets it. Paul with the pass. Fonseca with the volley. It's too good. 40-15. To level this first set. 40-15. By the way, chat, this is a very high quality match. It's a very high quality match. 40-15. As the return goes into the net from Paul, it's 5-5. I don't feel like we've said that much this year, or this week, sorry. I don't think we've watched... I mean, we've watched some good matches, but we haven't seen this type of hitting. Like, this feels like these guys are hitting the ball properly. Like, this is serious shit. I don't think we've watched two guys playing like this week. They're playing at a very high level. Like, because these guys, like, it's... And I'm not saying it's exactly like this, but it feels like one of those Sinner Alcaraz matches where they're just going for everything and most of it's going in. Like, there's not too many errors and they're hitting the ball hard. Like, they're going for it. They're not holding back. And it's good to watch. Great serve from Paul. 15 love. This might be the best quality match we've watched so far this week. It could be the match of the week. I mean, if it goes the distance, right? And there's a fault from Paul, second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Fonseca. Forehand from Paul. Into the forehand of Fonseca with a slice. Paul comes into the net. Fonseca with a pass. And Paul volleys it away. 30 love. And so we just serve again from Paul. As Paul serves. Into the backhand of Fonseca. Forehand from Paul. Into the backhand of Fonseca. Off the tape. Oh, it goes over. Bounce off the tape twice. And Paul's like, too lucky. 30-15. Are they on Emma Raducanu or Alexandra Eala level? Alexandra Eala level? You don't have to be a smart ass. 30-15. As Paul serves. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Return goes out. 40-15. 40-15. As a return goes nowhere. Paul stays in front. 6-5. Hashanov is in a tiebreak against Opelka. Who would have thought? All right. 6-5. Paul stays in front. Fonseca's going to have to get to the tiebreak. Is it just me, or have there been very few match of the year quality matches lately? I agree. There's been a lot more upsets of the year for sure. But yeah, there hasn't been as many match of the year contenders lately. Yeah, I'd agree. Mainly because of injury too. That doesn't help. I think the last match that we watched that was sort of like, it felt like a high quality, like this kind of match, was probably Musetti Demon or Monte Carlo. I think that was the last match that we watched that was like, that both players were like playing crazy and it went the distance. It was a close match. It was level most of the time. Like that match in Monte Carlo felt like the last time we watched a crazy high quality match. Both very close in the rankings too, and whereas I don't know if, I mean, Penko versus Swiatek was good in Stuttgart. I don't know if Stuttgart had that many crazy good matches though that I can think of. I mean, Penko just played crazy at times, All right, Fonseca serving to get to a tiebreak. As a return from Paul goes out. 15 love. 15 love. All right. By the way, Paul, I don't know if he grabbed his leg or if he just wiped his hand on his leg after that point, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, it's forehand rally as Paul, again, the forehand of Fonseca. That's a great shot. Paul gets there, goes in. Fonseca forehand inside out. Paul gets us right. And Fonseca with a volley. Now Paul's in the rally. Forehand cross. Fonseca with a pass. Goes in the net. Nice hustle by Tommy Paul.
This is going to be on tennis TV, bro.
15-all. God, Paul's playing some great tennis. Like, he is not being overpowered here. He's like, I'm going to scramble for everything. Like, he is, like, I know we shouldn't be surprised because Tommy Paul's like nearly the top 10, right? But Fonseca, we've seen Fonseca just destroy people this year and play like this and just make people look bad. He's not making Tommy Paul look bad. He's like bringing the best out of Paul, which is scary. Like Fonseca's like putting the foot down and Paul's like, I got this. Like, I'm not scared of you. 30-15. It's awesome. Because Fonseca has, beaten up. And also vice versa, right? Fonseca's been beat up by some players, but Paul is like, not today. Like, I'm gonna match you. All right, 40-15 to take us to a tiebreak. To take us to the tiebreak. As the return goes out by Paul, tiebreak.
And now it's time for the tiebreak game.
Who you got, chat? It's been neck and neck the entire time. Both guys unbroken. So we need a shootout. Who's going to win the shootout? Who's going to win the duel? Who's going to fire first? Who you got, chat? Paul? Yeah, people going Paul. A few people going Paul. All right. Tommy Paul is a popular pick. And then Fonseca, all the Fonsecas come in. All right. Here we go. Fonseca, by the way, wins the first point, and he goes nuts. And the people that are still there, which is like, midnight, 1-0 Fonseca. Fonseca wins the first point of the tiebreak in style. And Fonseca's starting to fire up. And the Brazilian flags fly. Serve. Into the back of the Paul. Paul in the net. 2-love. 2-love Fonseca. To love Fonseca. As the return goes in from Paul to the forehand of Fonseca. Paul with the backhand. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Paul backhand again. The forehand of Fonseca. Paul backhand on the stretch. Fonseca just throwing the hammer. But eventually hits it out. And Paul gets back the mini break. 2-1. 2-1. Feli Lopez is loving this. He's just like, yes, this is my tournament, and I know we got no Alcaraz and no Sinner and no Djokovic, and a lot of players are not here now. But thank God for this match. Feli Lopez having the time of his life. This match is saving the tournament. 2-1 Fonseca. Serve. It's a fault. Second serve. Second serve in the backhand of Fonseca. Forehand from Paul. All goes long. 3-1 Fonseca. Fonseca. Hashanov's got match point, by the way. 3-1 Fonseca. As a fault from Paul. Second serve. Serve into the forehand of Fonseca. Backhand from Paul. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Paul backhand on the stretch. Goes in the net. 4-1 Fonseca. Double mini break. Winner of this is going to play Hashanov. That is confirmed. Ignores chat so much. I'm sorry, are you talking to me or 4-1? I think we weren't talking to me, were you? I wasn't watching the chat. I wasn't listening. All right, 4-1. Winner's going to play Hashanov, who kind of has been okay lately on clay. Fonseca, double mini break. As he serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. To the backhand of Paul. Return goes to the backhand of Fonseca. Sliced. To the forehead of Paul. Fonseca forehand goes to the backhand of Paul. Into the backhand of Fonseca. Paul gets the point. Fonseca hits it in the net. They change ends. 4-2. 4-2. 4-2. Still a mini break for Fonseca. 4-2. Fonseca's the favorite for the tournament. I mean, we love him, but I don't think he's the favorite. 4-2. Fonseca serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Out wide of the front of Paul. Return goes in the front of Fonseca, who can't miss. He can't miss. 5-2 Fonseca. Paul serving. 5-2. Fonseca leads. All right. As we to serve from Tommy Paul. As it back in out of the corner, Paul. 4-0 from Fonseca on the stretch. Goes wide. 5-3 Fonseca. Fonseca. Serve again. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Lob goes up. Paul with a smash. Fonseca with a pass. Paul with a smash. Puts it away. And it's 5-4 Fonseca. He's going to serve for the set. Has a ranker in the house, by the way. Has a ranker looking kind of stressed. All right, 5-4. As Fonseca serves. Into the forehand of Paul. Return the net. Just too tough. Fonseca too hard. Hits the ball too hard. 6-4 Fonseca. To take the first set in an hour. This has been a very fun set. Very, very entertaining set. And good, like, credit to Tommy Paul because Fonseca's played crazy. As we get a forehand from Fonseca. That goes out! Hang on! We're back on serve. 6-5 Fonseca. Paul serving. 6-5. Fonseca overhit it. As Paul serves. As Fonseca now slices it. Into the forehand now. Paul as we get back in a backhand rally. Paul gets the point. Fonseca hit it wide. 6-all. They change ends. Paul's back. Paul is back. 30 seconds ago, Paul was down 2-5. And now he's 6-all. Like 5 seconds ago, he was down. The hell? All right. 6-all, they change ends. Paul to serve. Can he get a set point? He saved a bunch. Can he get a set point? As Paul serves. Paul with a serve. Is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Forehand from Paul. In the forehand of Fonseca on the stretch goes the net. Paul's got a set point. 7-6. Paul's got the set point now. 7-6. To steal this first set. Like really steal it. Like proper steal. 7-6 Paul. But it's on Fonseca's serve. Chat, my internet is shitting itself because people are waking up on a Sunday morning and using the internet, and I don't even know what just happened. Paul lost the point. It's 7-0. Good serving from Fonseca, and he finally... Oh, jeez. He smacked the forehand straight through Paul. Anyways, 7-0. Set point saved. Serve into the forehand of Paul. Return goes in, but it was a fault. All right, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes in the back end of Fonseca. Fonseca in the net, though. 8-7. Paul is serving for the set now with 8-7 on his serve. $8-7. Goddamn internet. Stupid internet. Advantage, what is it? 8-7. As Paul serves. Into the back of Fonseca. Return goes out. Paul steals the set. That was robbery. That was a robbery. He's got the mustache. It's a magic mustache. 9-7. Paul steals the set. How did he win that set? I don't know how he won that set. He stole it. He straight up robbed him. Fonseca's going to go to the bathroom and file a police report. All right. 1 hour played. Tommy Paul takes the first set. Crazy. Crazy. All right. Quality set by both, though. 18 winners, 17 errors from Fonseca, which is expected. But 17 winners and 10 errors from Paul. Very good set of tennis by both guys. Paul served 6 aces as well. Very, very solid set by both. Very high quality match. All right. Fonzie really overrated. That's a bannable offense. All right. Let's see if Fonseca can... he's serving first in the second. I feel like Fonseca might run away with the second. I don't know. Because Fonseca was like much better, like playing a lot better in that first set than Paul. And Paul somehow won the set. He clutched it, Paul. But I can see Fonseca sort of going, you know what? I'm serving first. I'm going to go up 3-love in like 5 minutes, and then we're going to a third. Yeah, Paul was just hanging in there and scrapped it out. Exactly. It was awesome. It was awesome. Vekic is up 5-2 in the second. Cool. Berrettini Draper's going to be fire? I hope so. Fonseca is a brilliant, especially for a young player. Both played great so far. Oh, yeah, it's been a great match. Match of the tournament so far, for quality anyway, from their first set. Fonseca just a little overexcited at times. Yeah. He's making errors when he had a set point and he just kind of went for a massive forehand winner and he missed it. You know, when he should have maybe played a little smarter. But that's just fearlessness and, you know, just the madness of youth. You know, he's a bit reckless, but he's 18 years old. He's going to get better. You know, he's going to play some silly shots at times, which he did in that tiebreak, you know. Yeah, courageous, exactly, but you know, some borderline reckless, you know. I don't like the name Tommy. It sounds gangster. Okay. Well, you can call him Tom. Tom? I don't know. You don't have to call him Tommy, but. All right, here we go. Fonseca's going to serve first in the second. Let's see if he can turn it around or if Paul can... Like I said, Paul winning this match is a huge confidence boost for Paul on clay, because Paul's not a clay quarter. This is not his surface. This is Fonseca's surface. It's crazy that it would be an upset if Paul won, for sure. All right, Fonseca to serve. Crowd's going wild. It's 11 p.m. They're going nuts. They're just getting started. 3 beers down. They're just getting started. Here we go. Fonseca to serve. Into the back of Paul. Return goes in the corner for Fonseca. As Paul hits a pass, Fonseca with a smash. Paul with a slice. Goes wide. 15 love. 15 love. Serve again. Into the back of Paul. Return goes long. 30 love. 30 love. Seven to the front of Paul. Backing it from Fonseca. Paul with the slice. 40 love. Paul overhits it. 40 love. As Fonseca serves. A fault. Second serve. Serving to the front of Paul. Return the back of Fonseca. Paul with a forehand. Fonseca with a forehand cross wide, and it's 40-15. 40-15. As we default second serve. As Fonseca holds, and it's 1 love in the second. All right. One zero. Let's see if Paul can keep serve. No breaks of serve yet. No breaks of serve yet. All right, here we go. Paul to serve. And he's serving volleys. But the ball's a lob and it goes in, and now Paul's back on the baseline. Now Fonseca goes down the line in the net. Ooh. That's a bad miss. 15 love. High quality match though. Oh, 100%. As a return now from Paul in the back end of Fonseca. Paul with the drop shot winner. 30 love. Serve again. As the return goes into the front of Paul. Fonseca slice. Into the front of Paul. Again to the back end of Fonseca, but he can't get there. 40 love Paul. As Paul serves again. In the back end of Fonseca. 400 from Paul in the net. 40-15. 40-15. 40-15. Serve to the backhand of Fonseca. Return goes wide. Paul holds. 1-1. 1-1. Appreciate your dedication for staying up this long to watch this match. No worries. That's what I'm here for. All right, 1-1. And the backhand goes in the net, but it's called a fault. Second serve. Oh, it was a let. Sorry, it was a let. It was a let. As Fonseca serves. And Paul returns a backhand into the forehand of Fonseca. Fonseca hits it out. Love 15. Love 15. Serve again. Into the backhand of Paul. Fonseca forehand cross. Paul gets it. Into the backhand of Fonseca, and Paul gets it back with a backhand into the backhand of Fonseca, and Paul with a forehand goes wide, and it's 15-all. 15-all. I don't think Tommy Paul should be underestimated. He's formidable. Oh, yeah. 100%. And he's showing why today. On his least favourite surface. 15-all. He's going to return for Paul. Goes long. 30-15. $30-15. His return goes to forehand of Fonseca. Forehand from Paul on the stretch. Goes in the net. 40-15. 40-15. As the return goes into the slice of Fonseca. Drop shot from Paul. Fonseca gets there with a drop shot back. Paul puts up a lob. And Fonseca hits a backhand wide. 40-30. 40-30. As we're backhand for Paul and the backhand for Fonseca. Paul with a forehand to the backhand of Fonseca down the line of the forehand of Paul. As Fonseca goes down the line of the backhand of Paul into the backhand of Fonseca sliced to the forehand of Paul. Fonseca slice again. Goes in. Paul with a forehand winner though. We get the deuce. Tommy Paul is playing a match. We get to deuce. We get to deuce. As the return goes in the forehand of Fonseca, he puts that away. Advantage Fonseca. Advantage Fonseca. As he serves another fault, second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Fonseca. Forehand out from Paul to the forehand of Fonseca. Paul with the forehand of the line. Fonseca backhand cross in the net. We're back to deuce. Back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. As Fonseca serves. The backhand of Paul. Backhand of Fonseca to the backhand of Paul. As Fonseca backhand down the line is out. Advantage Paul to take the break in the second. Advantage Paul. As Fonseca serves. And Paul returns a slice. Fonseca forehand. Goes out! Paul's got the first break of the match. And Fonseca just overhit it. Paul was too quick and put the pressure on. Paul's up a set and a break. All right. Paul is up a set and a break. All right. Here we go. Upset on the cards. All right, how are we doing, chat? Paul's winning with experience. I agree. This is definitely experienced winning for sure. That's what this is. Okay. Here we go. Paul's going to sit in a break. And eventually he puts it away. Paul, 15 love. 15 love. As a backhand slice goes in the volley of Paul. Great volley. Jeez, he's playing so well, Paul. Paul is playing so well. 30 love. Like this is such a flex by Tommy Paul. It's crazy. Because we know how good Paul is, right? It's not like we underestimated Paul's abilities. But the fact that he's like we knew that Fonseca was going to come out swinging. He was going to be fearless and bold and scary like he has been against pretty much everybody who's played Fonseca, right? And then on the dirt, you'd say, yeah, Fonseca loves playing here, playing on the clay. But Paul's played like the perfect match. 3-1. He's played the perfect match. And he hasn't panicked. He's just, just waiting and waiting and waiting and, And then when he needed to in the first set tiebreak, he pounced. But he's just taking care of business, Paul. He just put on the hard hat and went to work. There's a backhand return out of the back of Fonseca. Fonseca in the net. And I think Fonseca now, and this is where the lack of, the inexperience comes in, right? So not that he can't come back from a set and a breakdown, but just the fact that, it's kind of like Alcaraz Medvedev at the US Open a couple of years ago when the first set, Alcaraz was playing way better than Medi, but he didn't get anything for it. He lost the set even though he was playing really well. And then he started to think, well, shit, I'm playing so well, but I've got nothing to show for it. That's where this is inexperience will kind of come out. Because Fonseca's played a good match too. He's played really, really well. but he's got nothing to show for it. He's down a set and a break besides the fact that he's played so well. And now he's hitting them in the net. And he wasn't doing that in the first set. Love 30. Man, Paul is so, like, I mean, look, if you didn't think that before this match how good he was, Tommy Paul is so legit. So legit. All right, love 30. And to do this on clay is even more, like, crazy, right? Like, doing this on a clay court against a guy who, like, was born on clay. Crazy. Anyways, love goes up. And out by Paul. 15-30. Yeah, this would be probably Tommy Paul's best win of the year too. Like, it would be Paul's best win of the year. Maybe not by ranking, but for what it is, this would be Paul's best win of the season. Easily. His best win by ranking is Baena. 57 in the world. Hasn't beaten the top 50 guy this year, Paul, but this would be the best win of the year. Beating Fonseca on clay, stopping Fonseca. I mean, this is by far Tommy's best win. It's got to be. It's got to be his best win. Fonseca 40-30, if he gets it. He's got to win it, but it's got to be like the best win of his season. By the way, this is Tommy Paul's second clay court tournament. He did play in Houston on the American clay, but we all know that clay is not the same. All right. Nice serving from Fonseca. Advantage. Advantage Fonseca. As he serves well, Fonseca just to hang on to serve. But it's going to be Paul with a set and the break still. Fonseca's going to have to break back. Hasn't broken all day. All right. All right. How we doing, chap? Fonseca still lacks experience. It doesn't matter. You can like a combination of... You can be like play like a combination of Sinner and Alcaraz unless you play this way consistently. Look, I gotta be honest. This has got... I don't think this has anything really to do with Fonseca. We should all be talking about how Tommy Paul's played. Like, Fonseca has been very good. Fonseca has been very, very good. He just played a really poor forehand when he had a set point in the first set. That's the only difference that in that first set was that one bad, like, you know, maybe a little bit over, you know, maybe overexcited forehand. But we got to be crediting Tommy Paul here because in the first set, he was down like love 40. He was down like 15-40 multiple times in the first set on serve. And he held. He just kept on holding serve, holding serve, holding serve. He was just clutch. Tommy Paul is just being so clutch. And Fonseca has thrown so much at him. You know, Fonseca has played a hell of a match. And Fonseca's beaten guys by playing like this. He's beaten Rublev by playing like this. He's beaten other guys in the top of the game playing like this. But Paul just has held so strong. And he's like, he's just taken all of Fonseca's, you know, shot making and just held onto his serve. And then when he had the chance, he took it. He just took the one chance he got. All right. Fonseca needs to break back. He hasn't had a break all day. All right. Forehand goes in the back end of Fonseca. Forehand from Paul. Fonseca with a slice. Paul with a forehand. Again, the forehand of Fonseca. Into the forehand of Paul. Down the line of the back end of Fonseca. As Paul wins the point? What happened? No, he lost the point. Love 15. All right, love 15. First point goes to... He shanked it. Oh, no, he had an air swing, Paul. The ball hit something and just kind of died. All right, love 15. And a serve and volley from Paul. Beautiful shot. Fonseca gets it, but Paul with a volley winner. 15-0. Why is it shocking Paul beating Fonseca? I mean, come on. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Are you being serious right now? That's not a serious question, right? Like, Virat, you're not asking me a serious question. 15-0. As with a serve to the backhand of Fonseca, return to the front of Paul. Paul hits it wide. 15-30. 15-30. 15-30. As Paul serves again. Serving to the front of Fonseca. Return goes to the front of Paul. Fonseca backhand on the stretch. Goes wide, and it's 30-0. All right, Paul trying to keep this break. He serves a let. Match isn't over, it's just one break. Yeah, true. 30-0. Paul serves again. Into the backhand for Fonseca. Return goes to front of Paul. And then Paul goes down the line with a bit of a shank. Fonseca gets to the backhand cross. Paul backhand to the front of Fonseca. Paul with a slice on the stretch. Goes long, and we get a break point for Fonseca. 30-40. To get back on serve. (30-40) as Paul serves a fault. Second serve. Into the back of Fonseca. Return goes to front of Paul. Oh, he rips the winner away. Paul, too good. Deuce. We get to deuce. The hell? We get to deuce. As Paul serves. Into the front of Fonseca. Return goes into the front of Paul. Fonseca forehand. As Paul eventually hits it out. Advantage Fonseca to get back on serve. All right, advantage Fonseca. Paul serves. A fault. Second serve. Serve in the back of Fonseca. Return goes in the front of Paul. And that's a winner by Paul. Fonseca couldn't handle the heat. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. As Paul serves again. Down the tee, the backhand of Fonseca. Forehand from Paul. Into the backhand of Fonseca on the stretch. Paul, backhand. Again to the backhand of Fonseca. Into the forehand of Paul, but he shanks it long. Advantage Fonseca. Advantage Fonseca to take back this break. Serve goes out from Paul. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Return goes back into Paul. As Paul goes down the line at the backhand of Fonseca. Paul forehand. Into the forehand of Fonseca as Paul. Cross court again, the forehand of Fonseca. Into the forehand of Paul. Goes down the line at the backhand of Fonseca. Paul, backhand. Into the net. Break back. Ooh, okay. Fonseca says no. 3-3. Jeez, what a match. This is such a tense match, chat. There's been nothing between these two. Just when you think Paul's in a little bit of control, Fonseca snatches it back. All right, 3-0. The second breaker serve for the match. For either guys. With a slice now from Paul into the slice of Fonseca. Fonseca in the net. They'll just cut that ball in half. Love 15. Love 15. As we get a great serve by Fonseca. 15-0. 15-all. With a serve again from Fonseca. Here's a fault. Second serve. As that goes out by Fonseca, 15-30. Chance for Paul to get the break again. 15-30. As Paul gets a backhand now to the slice of Fonseca. This internet's going to be the death of me. Why is the internet so shit? Fonseca gets a drop shot win at 30-all. 30-all. If my internet buffers again, I'm going to put my hand through the window. Ah! Stop with the internet! 30-all. I'm sick of this shit. Chat, somebody send me Wi-Fi. First serve's a fault, second serve. As Fonseca serves. Into the forehand of Paul. Backing up Fonseca to the back of Paul. Paul hits it wide. 40-30. 40-30. To get back in front, Fonseca. Sorry, Mia. Mia's like, shut the hell up. I know. 40-30. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Second serve into the back of the pole. Return goes into the forehand of Fonseca. But Fonseca hits it in the net. Deuce. Now we get to deuce. As Fonseca serves. Serve is let. Serve. Into the backhand of Fonseca. Backhand of backhand from Paul. Fonseca backhand, the backhand of Paul in the net. Advantage Fonseca. Advantage Fonseca. And Fonseca holds with a good serve. 4-3. 4-3 Fonseca. He takes the lead back. He was down 3-1. And now he's won 3 games in a row. Draper versus Berrettini. Yeah. That's in a few days. These are really good matches. This match is the best. This match is so good. All right. I've heard a lot of Australians and Canadians complain about potato quality internet. Yeah, internet here is garbage and it sucks and it's stupid. And we have like 20 million people that live here and we can't get the internet right. It's so dumb. So stupid. Bekic's up 3-1 in the third. Well, look, we know what happens. Navarro saves match points and wins. That's how she wins. She wins by saving match points. We've watched that match before. Matteo didn't look all that happy when he won today. Ab injury, maybe he might withdraw. Hopefully not. But yeah, I heard that too. That he was not his wasn't his best self. He took a medical time out for his back. Yeah. All right. 4-3. Fonseca in the second. Djokovic match was good. No, it wasn't. Nope. Definitely, nope. That match wasn't good. What are you talking about good? 4-3. As a serve to the backhand of Fonseca. 4 now from Paul, and Fonseca overhits it. And it goes out. 15 love. As a serve. It's a fault. Second serve. Second serve in the backhand of Fonseca. He hits it out again. 30 love. 30 love. Nice serving again from Paul. 40 love. Ronaldo didn't do anything spectacular and still beat Djokovic handily in straight sets without a tiebreak. Just shows how poor Djokovic was. Yeah. I agree. As with a fault from Paul, second serve. Serve to the backhand for Fonseca. Paul backhand goes long. 40-15. 40-15. Serve again. Paul trying to level up this second set. He was up 3-1 with the break, but Fonseca found a way to get back. Second serve. As we have double fault Paul. 40-30. Is it just me or is every Tommy Paul match fun to watch? Yeah, except for the one where he played Medvedev this year and he got smacked. But yeah, Paul, I mean, that's what makes Paul so underrated. He is such a workman, you know? Like, he is such a workhorse. Fonseca hits it out and 4-0. Like, he's just so underestimated. He's just such an underestimated player, you know? It's crazy. Like, it's like, I reckon time and time again, he just reminds us that he is super legit. And that he's not accidentally number 12, right? He, you know. And if it wasn't for Taylor Fritz, he'd be the best American player, right? And I think that he deserves that. But Tommy Paul is, for sure, one of the best American players. He just doesn't have the big, flashy weapons that some of the others do. But the man can play. As Fonseca gets out 15-0. And he proves it. Like, he just proves it in matches like this where you're like, oh, you know, Fonseca better on clay. Oh, Paul, it might be a tough one. Paul's just like, tough? Yeah, tough for him. 15-0. He's got every shot in the book. He doesn't come to the net. There's a forehand from Paul inside out. The backhand of Fonseca. Backhand from Paul. Into the back of Fonseca. That's a good shot. Paul gets over the slice. As Fonseca forehand down the line. Paul's going to get there, put up a lob. As Fonseca hits a bounce. Smash. Did he miss it? What happened? No, he hit it.
Unbelievable.
He hit a winner. 30-15. 30-15. 30-15. Yeah, Fonseca did a good smash. That was a tough smash. She made that tough. Anyways, first serve's a fault, second serve. As return goes out by Paul, 40-15. 40-15. There's a serve again. There's a fault, second serve. Serve into the backhand of Paul. Return goes to backhand of Fonseca. Fonseca in the net, 40-30. As we define now inside out. The backhand of Paul. Backhand of Fonseca. Again, the backhand of Paul. Paul hits it wide. Fonseca keeps the lead. 5-4. Paul's going to serve to stay in the set. All right. 5-4. All right. TP naturally talented, great tennis IQ. Oh, yeah. Agree. Okay. By the way, chat, Vekic is up 3-2 in the third against Navarro. So that's happening. A winner of this place, Karin Khachanov, who took the win earlier today. And we're starting to get a little bit more of a shape of this tournament, which is cool. We're starting to figure out who might actually win this damn thing. All right. Everything you say about TP is right. He is unassuming, but quietly climbs his way through tournaments as a silent assassin. People need to give him more credit. Yeah. Yeah. And look, I'm guilty of that. I always forget to mention Tommy Paul when I'm talking about players. I'm guilty of that too. I think he just because he's living in the shadow of Taylor Fritz, which is a shame. You know, because they grew up together, and and also probably like literally because he's shorter than Fritz. But yeah, Paul. I mean, Yeah. I think a lot of people in the tennis world would be very, very happy if Tommy Paul won a 1,000 event. Like, it would be a very, like, it would be a celebrated event if Tommy Paul won a 1,000. Like, not this one. I mean, maybe this one, but like, I think if he won, I think a lot of people would be happy. Like, even neutral fans would be like, good for you. Like, good on you. You know, because he's just such a workhorse. And he's just such a workman. He's not like I said, he doesn't have the big weapons. He's got, but everything, he hasn't got any holes in his game. Like, he hasn't got a bad shot, right? He can volley, he can serve, he can forehands, backhands, he can defend, he can attack. He's got touch and feel of the net if he needs it, right? I mean, he just doesn't have any weakness. Besides getting, like, maybe overpowered by bigger hitters, right? Or out rallied by Djokovic or whatever. But the man can play. And I'm sure if he won something big, the whole tennis world would celebrate. And he would deserve it, right? He'd be deserving. It's not like Tommy Paul would, he won a 1,000 event. Oh, that was lucky. It's like, nah. If he won a 1,000, it would be earned. 30-all, by the way. Chance for Fonseca to take this set. Or get a chance to take the set. Tommy Paul's like the male version of Keys. A little bit. First serve to fault, second serve. Second serve to the corner, Fonseca. Good return. Paul slices it back. Fonseca forehand again, the corner, Paul. But he goes out. Fonseca's got to break set point, 30-40. To take the second and take us to a third. 30-40. Here we go. Serve. Into the backhand of Fonseca. Return. Goes into the backhand of Paul. Fonseca forehand on the stretch. And Paul hits a winner. All right, deuce. Like, when it freezes halfway through the important point, I'm going to rage. Deuce. As Paul serves a fault, second serve. Serving to the back of Paul. Fonseca. Back of Paul to the back of Fonseca. Into the front of Paul. As Fonseca slice. Into the front of Paul. Again, the back of Fonseca. Paul with a forehand. Into the front of Fonseca. To that Paul forehand. Paul hits it wide though. Advantage Fonseca. Set point number 2. Set point number 2. To take us to a third. And don't you just love it when a match lives up to the hype, chat? Don't you love it? All right. Advantage Fonseca. Serving the back of Fonseca. Return goes back into Paul. Fonseca with a forehand. Again to the back of Paul. Into the slice of Fonseca. Paul, forehand, cross. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Hits it in the net. Oh, he went for it. He went for it. But it was in the net. Deuce. 2 set points saved. Paul saved a lot of set points in this match. First set, he saved like 4. Deuce. As Paul serves an ace. Advantage Paul. Advantage Paul. As he serves the back of Fonseca. Paul with a forehand. Goes long. We're back to deuce. Back to deuce. Five-minute game. Marathon. All right, serve again from Paul. There's an ace down the tee. Advantage Paul to level this second set. Paul serves. Into the backhand is a let. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. Serve to the backhand of Fonseca. Backhand of Paul. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Is Paul forehand to the backhand of Fonseca. That goes in the net though. 5-5. Paul hangs on. 5-all. Okay, back to Fonseca. Five games all. And 15 love. Good serve, Fonseca. 15 love. There's a backhand return from Paul. Volley Fonseca. Slice from Paul, but Fonseca puts it away. 30 love. Navarro's fading away. 5-2 Vekic serving for the match. Chat. You really think that match is over? You really think that match is over? You really think that's over? Go. Backhand rally. As Paul go... I can't get that one. 40 love. 40 love. Fonseca to get back in front. Serve Fonseca. Is a... Oh, they're going to replay the point because somebody in the crowd was shouting during the toss, so they're going to replay the point. Okay, interesting. They're going to replay the serve. So he gets a first serve. Fonseca. The umpire said first serve because somebody in the crowd was rare. All right, 40 love. Fonseca serves. Fold anyway. Second serve. Serve the back of Paul. As Fonseca hits a lovely drop shot. Paul can't get it. 6-5. Fonseca gets the lead again. All right. And it's going to have to be a tiebreak if Paul's going to get out of here in straight sets. All right, was going to go get a haircut, but I had to watch this. I really need it, but tennis is more important. Another day with long hair, I guess. That's a good one. All right, 6-5. 6-5 Fonseca. How's Donna doing? 30 love. This is the best day of tennis by far. Benčić Dad's Maya match was a close second for me. Oh yeah, that match was awesome. The match was crazy. Navarro, good player, but never number one or a Grand Slam winner. Well, she's still just getting started. Okay. Here we go. Let's see if Paul can get us to a second set tiebreak. It's almost midnight, by the way, in Spain. Late day. This is the latest. Like it's 8 o'clock in the morning. This is the latest start. The latest finish we've had. I haven't been up all night like this for a while. So, first of many all-nighters we're going to pull over the next couple of months. All right. Paul serving to stay in the set as he serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Fonseca. Paul backhand to the forehand of Fonseca. As Paul with the forehand down the line, Fonseca gets over the backhand. And eventually something happens, but I wouldn't know because my internet keeps dying! Ah! Stupid internet! I know it's 8 in the morning. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not you. It's the internet, Bubba. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Love 15. It's okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were awake. All right, love 15. Chad, somebody call the internet company and tell them to get stuffed. Great shot from Paul, 15 all. It's okay. Good girl. Sorry. 15 all. As Paul serves out wide. Into the forehand of second, but it's a fault. Second serve. Vekic one. Hey, nice. Oh, sorry, man. 15 all. As the backhand return goes to forehand of Paul. Fonseca with a slice in the net. 30-15. 30-15. 30-15. As Paul serves again. Oh. Me, you fart. That smells. Oh, good girl. Okay. 30-15. There's a forehand from Paul. Into the slice of Fonseca. Paul with the backhand. Into the backhand of Fonseca. Into the forehand of Paul. And Paul hits it out. 30 all. 30 all. Fonseca has had set points in both sets. $30 as Paul hits a great serve down the tee. 40-30. To take us to a second set tiebreak. Serve. And it goes in the net. All right. On the return, tiebreak 2.
And now it's time for the tiebreak game.
All right. Who's winning the tiebreak, chat? Can Paul clutch it in straights? Is that going to be a thing? Fonseca's had set points in both sets. Let's see if he can force a third. A lot of people going, Paul, okay. First point. Serving from Fonseca. To the back of the Paul. Paul in the net. 1-0 Fonseca. 1-0 Fonseca. Fonseca. Two hours played in this match, by the way, and might not even be done. All right, 1-0 Fonseca. As the backhand return goes out by Fonseca, 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand for Fonseca. Return goes long. 2-1 Paul. 2-1 Paul. As the return goes to the backhand of Fonseca. Paul with the forehand. Into the back of Fonseca. Paul with the backhand on the stretch. Fonseca into the forehand of Paul. As Fonseca forehand on the stretch. Goes in the net. 3-1 Paul. 3-1 Paul. As Fonseca holds, but it's still 3-2 Paul with a mini break. As we serve a fault from Paul, second serve. As the backhand Fonseca into the forehand of Paul. Fonseca backhand. Again at the forehand of Paul. Fonseca slice. Paul on the attack. It's a drop shot winner. 4-2 Paul. Man, he's just played smart as well. Clutch and smart. All right. 4-2. They change ends. 4-2. As Fonseca slips over and Paul wins a point, 5-2. He is 2 points away, Paul, from a very, very good win. Arguably one of his best clay court wins of all time. I'm going to check, but I'll let you know. Best win of the season if he gets this. I think that's no doubt. All right. Return goes in the backhand of Fonseca. Backhand of Paul. Into the net. 5-3. He has beaten Medvedev on clay. That was last year in Rome. In straight sets 1 and 4. So that's technically his best win by ranking. But Medvedev's not a clay guy. And then Hurkacz he beat in Rome last year as well. In 3 sets. And then you got to go down to like Struff. Ramos Vinoles. Didiri. I mean, he hasn't got that many like solid clay court wins. But this, if we believe that Fonseca is who he is, and he's going to go and be this crazy player, this is a massive win for Paul against a guy who's going to be probably a French Open contender in the future. As Fonseca hits wide. 6-3. Paul's got 3 match points to take out Fonseca on a clay court. Tommy Paul has played so well. So well. Such an impressive match. He's just taken everything that Fonseca's thrown at him and he's just held strong. He hasn't wavered. He hasn't moved. Hurricane Fonseca came and he just stood strong. As the return goes into the forehand of Paul. Fonseca with a pass. Paul puts it away. That is called experience. That's experience winning right there. Such a clutch experience win. Fonseca obviously is going to learn from this. But Paul was so impressive. That was so impressive. GG's. Again, just another Tommy Paul performance that just reminds us all that, oh yeah, he's that good. He's pretty good, this guy. He's pretty good. So impressive. Sorry, the pass went out, did it? My computer glitched because it's fucked up. All right. If you're leaving by the way, don't forget to stop on the way out. Yeah. I mean, that first set was so impressive. The fact that he was like down break points, but he just kept chipping away and holding serve. Then in the tiebreak, he was down, but he chipped away and he came back and he held serve and he won. And Fonseca's going to come back. He'll get better from this. This is it'll be a hard lesson to learn, but they all have to learn it. They're all so close, but so far. I mean, Paul goes on a run. You'd think, shit, Fonseca could have done it, but Tommy Paul, I mean, that was... And look, no, like, Paul was just so classy with, like, no celebration. He's just like, yeah, of course I did my job. I just did what I had to do. Like, I just did my job. Like, what do you give me praise for? I just did my job. 32 winners from Paul, 28 errors, 25 winners and 37 errors from Fonseca. Most of those errors from Fonseca were the second set. He kind of got a little bit sloppy in the second set, Fonseca, but damn. Like, Paul is so impressive. That was so impressive. For someone who's not having a great year as well, Paul hasn't had a great season. Like, he hasn't been playing as well as he did last year. You know, the Zverev match in Australia was the best thing that he's probably done up until now. That's probably the best result he's had, but even though he lost that. But that was impressive. Now he plays Khachanov. Yeah. All right. Maybe this match will give Paul some confidence. Oh, it should, yeah. You beat, like, this kid on clay. I mean, you got to take some confidence out of that for sure. Tournament's wide open. Oh, yeah. Especially down the bottom half of the draw. Now that Fonseca's gone, I mean, shit. I'll tell you who's in there, right? You got Berrettini taking on Draper. You've got Khachanov taking on Paul. Muller versus Tiafoe. Analdi taking on Zumher. Demonor versus Shapo. Musetti versus Tsitsipas. That's probably... That section is where the finalist comes from, I guess. Dimitrov Fernley, and then Norrie versus Diallo. So you would think that like Tsitsipas, Demonor, Musetti, one of them makes the final. Maybe. But then Draper, Berrettini, and Paul, I mean, they're all here and showing what's up. So, yeah, it's a very open... Who's going to make the final is about 10 people you can maybe pick. I mean, it could be any of them. Who knows? Maybe none of them. No, maybe no one I mentioned. Musetti now a chance? Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Musetti's got a big chance, for sure. Is Zverev the favorite on paper? Yeah. Yeah, maybe Dimitrov. Yeah, he's there too. Feel like it's Musetti time? Maybe. Is anyone's game what a crazy phase we're in without Sinner? I know, right? Sinner disappears for 3 months and we just get a whole bunch of random stuff go on and we don't know who to pick. Like, chat, who's stepped up since Sinner's been gone? There's probably about 5 or 6 players that have, but they've shared the trophies. There hasn't been one guy who's stood up and gone, I am now the captain. It's like this trophies have been spread very evenly amongst players we know and players we're learning about, and like it's been a very even spread of like no one has taken Sinner's place as the dominant player on tour. It should have been Alcaraz. Well, Alcaraz obviously has probably been the best player since Sinner's been gone, like consistently, but he definitely hasn't taken Sinner's place in the way that Sinner left, right? Dominating. Yeah, so it's Sinner's going to come back and go, wait, who do I have to watch out for? Wait, who's the hard player that I have to beat that's taken who was keeping my seat warm? I mean, they've all been sharing the chair. Draper sat in the chair for a week or two, and then Menzik did, and then Zverev and Alcaraz and Rune and Tsitsipas, and I mean nobody is consistently sat in the chair. And this week someone else is going to get the chair. Who knows? And then next week Sinner's going to reclaim the throne, and he's going to be like, "Give me back my chair." That's what happens when you're the only one who's consistent. Yeah. I think it's glaringly obvious how, hopefully it's not so much like man, everybody else is inconsistent. More so that holy shit, Sinner is so good. I think we should focus on this positive, right? I think Sinner is it's almost the thing that Sinner's been doing over the last 18 months. Because the GOATs did it, I don't think we appreciate it as much as we should probably right now. Because we're like, oh yeah, Djokovic did that. Oh yeah, Federer's done that before. Yeah, I saw someone else do that. It's fine. But what Sinner's done, now that he's been away, it's kind of shown oh, yeah, it's very hard to do that. And it's not every day that someone like Sinner comes along and takes over the competition. So maybe when he comes back in Rome next week, we can all maybe appreciate his dominance and go, this is rare. Because the GOATs did it multiple times, but that's because they're the GOATs. So hopefully when Sinner comes back, we appreciate, even though it's kind of boring that he's dominant because nobody can come close to him most of the time, but also even though doesn't make for good matchups, appreciate the fact that he is kicking everyone's ass except for Alcaraz. Sinner took advantage of a weak tour. Good on him, to be honest. Well, what was his option? It wasn't like he had a choice between 4 tours and he went, I'm going to go with that one. What do you mean? He has no option. There's no other tour. He didn't pick the weak tour. It's the only tour. He just played the tour that he was playing because there's no options. There's no second tour. What do you want from him? What do you want? He took advantage of a weak tour. He had no choice. He's playing the players in front of him. Blame them. Alcaraz is the one people talking about. Sinner is the one that actually wins the titles. No, Alcaraz is still awesome too. Alcaraz is still him. Alcaraz is definitely still him. Don't get it twisted. Don't you get it twisted. 1 second, chap. All right. Last couple of questions and we're getting out of here because I'm tired. It's 8 in the morning and I'm so tired. I am so tired. And we got a big day tomorrow. I've got to wake up. We're going to be live in 11 hours. Shit. We got Sabalenka coming up in 11 hours. So, yeah. I've got to figure out my life. Good matches today. Get some sleep. Yeah. No, very impressive end of the day. That was so impressive by Paul. Love that. 8 in the morning, just started the day. Yeah, I'm going to go sleep. I'm going to sleep. Like Sinner or not, he's a winner, and that's that. Yeah, exactly. Just deal with it. For what? Mertens has no game to trouble Sabalenka, period? Yeah, you're right. Why am I watching Sabalenka? Yeah. 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 Why the hell am I wasting the time watching Sabalenka Mertens? Well, yeah, you're right. I'm going back to sleep. Next year, he doesn't need to defend 1,000 points. Who's that? You were talking about Sinner? Yeah. All right, I'm out of here, Jack. Otherwise, my eyes will fall out of my head. But thank you for hanging out. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already. We're going to be back tomorrow, but what a performance by Tommy Paul. Jams!
Crazy to match. Strong holds.
Thank you for the 4. Appreciate that.
Crazy Jid match. Strong holds.
Yeah. Thank you for the donations. Yeah, crazy good match. Great quality. And Tommy Paul proves yet again why he is in the top of the game. And he shows us yet again that we underestimate this man way too much. And he just beat Fonseca on clay, which is a huge, huge win. One of the best clay court matches I think he probably would admit he's ever played. So that would be one of the best performances on clay that Paul's ever had. Because Fonseca played well. Fonseca was playing solid, especially early in the match. And Paul was able to hold him off before taking just clutching it out in the end. And he wins 7-6, 7-6. Paul, I mean, could he win Madrid? Maybe, I don't know. Under the radar Tommy for sure. And he's going to play Hashanov in the next round. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for all the members as well. But we'll be back tomorrow. Do it all again.